Hello and welcome to African Voices Platform TV. My name is Tchiyiwe Chihana. Today we are joined by an entrepreneur, an innovator who is tackling one of the most pressing challenges of our time in the digital age, our relationship with technology. So Samson Opaleye is the founder and CEO of Applatch, a groundbreaking app designed to help users take control of their screen time, reduce social media addiction, and create healthier digital habits. Samson is based in Sheffield, so it's quite an honor to have him join us in the studio whilst he's a very busy traveling person. Welcome to African Voices Platform.
Thank you, Tchiyiwe.
Yeah, congratulations. Applatch seems to just be getting skyrocketing, seeing a lot of it. How are you getting on? How are you doing?
Yes, thank you. I think it's been more of like, people love products that are focused on impact. So they just help to, talk to different people. Word of mouth, actually, we grow organically.
You've grown organically. Okay, you have been globetrotting, but let's take it back to the basics. The story of Applatch started with your own story of overcoming social media and phone addiction. Can you share that journey and what sparked that particular idea for the app?
Yes, so it all started in around 2020, where during that time, and it's actually largely because of COVID, I realized that I was spending a lot of time on my smartphone, and I was being very unproductive, and it actually affected me mentally. I got into depression, and it's actually because I'm a very ambitious person. So knowing that every day I do less, like 80%, I wasn't just very productive, and it was actually because of COVID. During COVID there was a lockdown. We were all indoor, and we spent a lot of time getting all information on our smartphone. Spend a lot of time on social media. We couldn't reach family and friends. We can only reach them on our smartphone. So there was a lot of dependency, on smartphones, and so what happened was it was worse for me because I was working in digital marketing. I was creating winning social media campaigns for brands like Pepsi, Intel, HP. So that means I have to spend a lot of time understanding the algorithm, looking at trends on Instagram.
Okay.
So I then got addicted. I was doing more than 6 hours a day.
And this was while you were in Lagos?
Yes, this was when I was in Lagos.
Right.
I was doing more than 6 hours a day on Instagram. I got addicted. It was bad. Like, it was so bad that was actually, it was one day where around 12 p.m. and I realized that I had done 6 hours. So imagine by 12 p.m. I had done 6 hours that day.
On
Instagram. Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yes, yeah. So
what was that? Was that just checking algorithms, or was it actually?
No. The checking algorithm was just really an excuse.
You were just following
Yes,
things.
so people were creating a lot of content. I was just enjoying it, and I couldn't just stop, right?
Yeah.
So I wake up very early. I usually wake up like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., So knowing that I'd wasted over 6 hours, and that means that before the end of the day I'll still spend a lot of hours. That it was that day I decided I need to find a solution to this. And being someone who is very ambitious, and and I've always been like an entrepreneur.
You want to produce,
I wanted
things.
to solve the problem.
Yeah.
So that was actually when I started doing my research, and I realized that over 75% of people who use smartphones globally are actually addicted to their smartphones. So I now had to focus on creating a solution, and that was when we started.
That's when you
Applatch
started
Kids.
working on Applatch.
Yeah.
Okay, and you were still working in digital marketing whilst this was being created, or did you?
Yes, so I was doing that on the side, but while I was doing this on the side as well. So it was more of doing my research during 2020, 2021. But we launched the product. That's the product for grown-ups to solve the issue that I have.
Yeah.
We know with other grown-ups for that. We launched that product December 2022.
Right. Wow. And that was the turning point. And it's something that's affecting millions globally. You just highlighted that. What are some of the things that we should be looking out for? Because we take it for granted. I mean, we go down a rabbit hole. We still do. But to the point where you say this is an addiction, what are the things you should be looking out for?
Yeah. So when you see that you start to do it unconsciously. So for example, I go on Instagram unconsciously. I'm wired. Like I don't even know how. So I just realized that when I pick up my phone, if I want to call my spouse, for example, when I pick up my phone, I would go on Instagram first.
Before you call.
Before I call unconsciously. So
Yeah.
when you start to do, when you realize that, but I actually didn't mean to open this app. So you wanted to send an email, right? But you just realize that while you're spending typing, and you're just thinking of maybe trying to properly put it in context, and then you just see that you've moved away into the app you're addicted to, which is, for me, is Instagram.
It
For
was.
some people, it's Twitter.
That's true. And you're right. I think the world was converging at the height of the lockdowns. People were just converging on things like Instagram. There were
Yeah.
trends. There was always something to keep you going. There were concerts online as well, things like
Yes.
that. So for those unfamiliar with Applatch, can you explain how it works, particularly the accountability partners as well and app locking features?
Yes, so this particular app, which is one for grown-ups, I'll tell you how we pivoted,
Yeah.
but I will tell you the app in itself,
Sure.
while it was working. So basically, it was to help people who are addicted to certain apps. You use it to lock the app for a period of time, say maybe 2-3 hours, the time that you want to be productive for. And you can also schedule the time you should lock for. So you can say, oh, every Sunday between this time and this time, that's whenever you enter church, right? It's already locked, or maybe it depends on whatever time you schedule. Now, when it locks the app, you cannot unlock it. Unlike different other apps, yeah, you can't unlock it because we're treating it as real addiction.
Wow.
The only way you can unlock it is so when you try to pause or end the session, it will tell you a code has been sent to your accountability partner. So you have to literally call your accountability partner to give you the code. So if they give you, so you tell them the excuse why you want to go on Instagram, right? So when they give you the code, then you put it on the app, then it unlocks Instagram for you. Because it's we know that because you're addicted, that 3 hours, within that 3 hours, you still want to unlock Instagram. Yeah, so that's pretty much how it works, how it worked then, yeah. But we had to pivot.
Okay. How do our accountability partners come into play? Do you choose your own accountability partner?
Yes, you just put the email address of your accountability partner. Do you know that we even realized that people were so addicted that the email address of the accountability partner they were putting, they went to create their own email address, like an alternate email address. So like a second email address.
Right.
So they are sending the code to themselves. Is that bad? So they didn't have to reach out to. So it was just
So the
terrible.
addiction is
Yeah, the
quite-
addiction is hard.
Yeah. And that first version of the app,
Yes.
by the way, Applatch sounds really cool.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
explain the name itself.
Okay, yes. So the name, it's app, like the mobile app, right? And then a latch. So the latch, the latch on the door that either gives you access or to the next place when you open the door. Yeah. So latching the app. So because the app actually locks all the apps.
It
So-
locks the whole phone.
No. It
Just
locks all
all
the
the apps
yeah, or
on the
any
phone.
app that you're addicted. You can select the apps that you want.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Whilst the rest of the phone is functional.
Yes. So it just locks an app that you're addicted to.
Okay.
Yes.
It was a pretty cool name. Did you write
Yeah.
it yourself?
Yeah,
Or did you
yes.
speak to friends and
No.
say, just you, it's a Samson one?
So I used to be a copywriter, working at a digital marketing agency. So I was able to create that myself.
Okay. So before it moved to a different focus, which you're going to be talking about in a moment, I find that your model is quite unique because user engagement also supports out of school children, right? So was that where that flip happened?
Well, it was kind of a bit connected. So we wanted it to be more impactful, so it's more around connecting with the society. So while you support yourself to being productive, it's also impacting directly into the society. So when you do complete session without being addicted and trying to unlock or pause the session, you earn points. So these points then accumulate, and we say, oh, while it accumulates, we will support a child through school. So we had 2 children we're supporting. So because we have to help them, through school and all, and that was, when I was back home in Nigeria. Yeah, so it's so people were using that, and we grew to over 43,000 users.
So they were earning points, and
Yeah, so they were earning points. Yeah.
would enable you to help children.
Yeah, so we just connected that to helping to support.
That's quite special. What does that support to the children look like? What were you doing?
Yes, so these are primary school children. pretty much don't have anyone to send them through school in terms
So
of paying.
out of school means they haven't
They are,
been
they
to
are,
school because
yeah, they're out of school.
they can't afford to
They can't
go to
afford
school.
to, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So good schools, private schools, private school in Nigeria is not expensive as private school. Yeah, yeah, public schools are really great, but over there, private schools that are not as expensive, we get to help these children get into the schools and get them through school basically.
Okay, all right. So government schools, you pay for government schools as well?
No. It's
Okay.
free. Yeah,
So
but the
it's a
quality of
leg up
education
in
is
terms
what.
of quality of
Yeah,
education,
yes, is
so
what we're
access
looking
to a
at.
better school.
Exactly.
Amazing. How many kids did you end up having in Nigeria?
So because we didn't do the app for long, that this product for long, we had just 2 children we're supporting.
Okay.
So, but we even now that we've pivoted, we still support these kids.
Okay. How far have they gone now?
One actually just graduated yesterday.
Literally,
Yeah.
as we're speaking. Right. Okay. So you launched Applatch Kids now. This is the evolution of the app itself, and that was to tackle screen time challenges for children. I'm going to imagine because you've got children, that's what inspired you. But could you explain that a bit more, and how does it differ from the adult version?
Yes, so the adult version, we had to pivot, so we shut it down to focus on creating this one for kids. And how did we get to that? The adult app, we grew over for 3,000 users. It was a free app. People were using it, but we needed to, be able to pay for server and all that. And, I asked a few of my friends that, we're thinking of making this app paid. And they mentioned that they would not pay for it because they feel that they have a bit of self-control, which really is not true. But if we have the one for their kids, that they will pay for that one. Because I'm a dad myself. I know if my daughter, if she has an exam tomorrow, she can play game all through today. So they don't know when to stop, right? And so we realized that there's actually a bigger problem, with the children, because when I did my research, I spoke with a lot of children. I spoke with a lot of parents. Being a parent myself, I spoke with teachers. I realized that it makes a lot of sense to just help these children. Because doing our research, we realized that 6 out of 10 children don't read. Like they do not have, they do not have the interest in reading. They just want to be on their games and on social media. So these are leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if the leaders of tomorrow, if the future actually relies on these kids and they do not have the interest in reading, they just want to be on social media and games, it means that there's a big problem. So we now decided, okay, how can we help these children fall back in love with reading, with learning? Yeah. How can we ensure that if what they want is the games and social media, how about we give it to them? But we only give them as a reward. We only give them after they've done what they're supposed to do, which is learning. Which is why Applatch Kids helps them to learn first before they play.
So and they end points as well?
Yes. So you have to pass your quiz, which follows the curriculum, maths, English, and science. When you pass, all the locked apps, all your games which are locked, we then unlock, but for only 15 to 60 minutes.
Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
When are we moving from Lagos to the UK, and at what point are we it's registered in Lagos at the start?
No. So Applatch Kids wasn't like a product that when I was in Lagos, it was the one for grown-ups. So when we launched in 2021, when I was still doing my research, we registered Applatch in Delaware and also in Nigeria. But we didn't launch, because we're still working, building the product. We didn't launch the product for grown-ups until December 2022. Oh, yes. Okay. So, and that was actually when we launched the product. Now, it's the one for grown-ups, it was live till 2023, when it was still doing great. But I had moved to the UK, right? Okay. And I wanted to build, because I had started to see signs, and by 2023 April, I registered Applatch in the UK. So the UK, because I'm here, this is the HQ, the IP, everything is here.
Can we be specific as a Sheffielder?
So Sheffield, yeah. Okay, yeah. So I moved to Sheffield, and why did I come to Sheffield? Because I realized that outside of London, Sheffield is actually the city, the first, according to my research, is the best city supporting founders, startup founders, in England. outside
Is
of
it
London.
really?
Yes.
That's a nugget.
And there's a lot of support, I must say.
For startups.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So that coming year, I stopped working on the one for grown-ups, switched, did research. We started working on Applatch Kids. Then we launched Applatch Kids last year. That's 2024 July.
Okay. And what type of launch event did you have?
So in tech, mostly we don't do like an event
Come and
launch.
meet us.
Yeah. So we just do it online. Basically,
Okay.
we had influencers, push it, mom influencers. So they created content.
So
But the thing is,
parents.
yeah, parents. So they would have used it. They used it for like 2 weeks, and then they create like a genuine testimonial video on why they love the product.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So as it was launched, are the children then that you started with, or the parents that you started with, are they all UK based? The children that are benefiting from this now, where are they?
So because we launched in the UK and also in Nigeria, so it's more of like a UK and Nigerian product for now. While although we've seen that we have a lot of parents as well from Canada and US using it, but it's more audience is more from the UK market and also the Nigerian market. So it's when we move to like our seed round in terms of like raising investment, that's when we would then launch in America proper.
Okay, I see. I have seen you going to America in recent times. Was it for this or for something else?
Oh no, it was just for vacation.
For
and-
vacation,
yeah.
but not for this. Yeah, so many parents struggle to balance tech use and education. What feedback have you received from families using Applatch so far?
So they really love the fact that
Or should when I say it now, should I say Applatch Kids rather?
yeah, so Applatch Kids,
Applatch
yeah,
Kids,
because
yeah.
it's the main product that we have right now. It's what we have right now. It's what people are using. So they really love the fact that it helps to balance learning and playing. So before we launched, what parents were using, they were using parental control apps.
Yeah.
So the way parental control app works is, it just logs the app and that's it. It wasn't solving the problem of children not learning. So what parents want is to reduce screen time and also to ensure that their children pick up a book or just read or just learn. It wasn't doing that. It wasn't enough. It was just locking the addictive app and that's it. So but what we will do is we lock the addictive app, but we tell the child that you can unlock this app yourself. You don't need your parents' permission. All you just have to do first is to solve maths, English, science. When you get the pass score, and these questions follow the national curriculum, the British national curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah. So when the child gets the pass score, all the locked apps we then unlock, but for only 15 to 60 minutes.
So I'm intrigued. So where is the maths, English, and science? Is it on the phone as well?
Yeah.
And is it
It's
under
in the app.
Applatch?
It's in Applatch, yeah.
Okay.
So Applatch Kids will lock all the games on social media on your phone or your tablet, right? Now, for you to unlock the game, you go on Applatch Kids, you solve a quiz. The quiz has 15 questions, 5 maths, 5 English, 5 science. Now, the children using the Applatch Kids are ages 3 to 12. So that means a child who is age 3, age 4, age 5, they can't read yet, right? So we use AI, artificial intelligence, to do text to speech. So it reads out the question for the child. And the options are visual, so big emojis. So which of these is a dog? Then it shows the child dog, different animals. Then the child just tap on the dog, right? Yeah. So it's very, very it's very educative, So it's so brilliant that it really helps. And we have this AI question explainer. So when a child sees a question and they struggle, right, the AI question explainer can explain the question to the child without giving away the answer.
My goodness. Yeah, it's going over my head. I get it. But so I'm trying to understand. So who do you work with on this? Because I imagine you've got lots of people working with you on this.
Oh, yes. So I didn't mention this, but right after university, so I studied computer science in university. Right after university, I did a year, 3 months working as a teacher, primary school teacher, before I then moved into digital marketing, right? And so I understand, children, I understand teaching them. Then we also work with like a UK-based teacher, primary school teacher. So she creates the questions. Right, because I also understand, this process of being a teacher, right? So we do all of this together, and these questions are so good, quality questions that would help children, learn and be improving their educational performance through school.
And what about the development of the app itself? Is that just you and your tech background?
No. So because I've tech background, but I understand, what to build, how to build. But I've got engineers who are building, so I can focus more on the managerial,
Also,
CEO,
you've got
fundraising.
engineers.
Yeah, so we've got engineers working on it, and also I've got like fractional CTO, from Google helping to also review what the engineers are doing. Yeah.
Amazing. What about Yorkshire tech climbers? They keep coming up in your whenever we're thinking about Applatch. When you search about Applatch, what's the relationship? They're called you've been recognized by them, but who are they and what does that mean?
Yeah, so basically they recognize startups in the region in Yorkshire who are doing really great. So the category that we won is one to watch. So that means that in Yorkshire we are the startup that you need to actually look, just watch us, watch how we grow, continue our journey, and yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, you tell me more. Sorry, I interrupted you there. Yeah, tell me more about that one.
Yeah. So the one to watch is just more around. This is the startup that we think that within the next few years there will be like a really great product. They would have gone far. Millions of people will be using the product. So it should be on your watch list, basically.
That's very good. What year was that when you won it?
Last year.
Last year. Well, congratulations.
Okay.
What other milestones have you achieved so far that stand out for you in the way of Applatch Kids, maybe?
Yes, so I mean a lot. So, for example, the UK Tech UK Startup Awards, we got sort of so we got this category. It's an award basically. We got the Tech for Good. Tech for Good category, yeah, because of how the product, what the product does. Then also Black Tech Achievement Awards. We got the App of the Year category award. Yeah, so
you won that one.
No, we didn't win.
You were
finalists.
nominated.
Yeah,
Finalists,
yeah. So finalists for UK Startup
That's good.
Awards, also Black. Yeah, and Business Cloud, they have this thing they do every year, whereby they have like top 50 edtech companies in the UK. And we got to number 17.
No, great.
Yeah,
countrywide.
Countrywide. Yeah, for a new company, we're just 12 months.
Yeah.
That's the product what Applatch Kids does. So it's just a lot of effort, a lot of time put into helping our children.
Yeah. How does that inform how you're proceeding? Does that give you a certain impetus to just keep going, that you're on the right track?
Yes, all these recognitions, it just shows that we're actually doing something really great, and it's startup is very difficult.
Yeah.
And so those late nights, especially seeing the plaques, you just know that it's worth it. Let's just keep on putting the hours and the time, and just making sure that we care more for the child, and we would always get the result that we're looking at.
So keep the focus.
On helping the child.
Yeah. Could you tell me a bit more about Yorkshire, about Sheffield? I like that you taught me today about Sheffield being a conducive environment for startups. That's not limited to tech, right? So you're just saying in general, startups, Sheffield harnesses that.
Yes. So I feel it's general because Business Sheffield doesn't support only tech.
Okay,
right?
So it's Business Sheffield.
So there's Business Sheffield, and then Business Sheffield, they have business advisors.
Yeah.
So business advisors. So whatever business you want to start, you can meet the advisors. They will support you. All true.
And this is Business Sheffield is through the council, right? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they'll support you all through. Yeah. So I got in through from Business Sheffield. I was connected to Sheffield Technology Parks. So Sheffield Technology Parks is the core, like the focus where if you're most tech companies they have any relations to do with tech parks. So now there's an incubator in Sheffield Technology Parks which is called the Cooper Project. Yeah, so the Cooper Project is actually where I got into through one of the advisors from Business Sheffield.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I got into that, so I had to pitch because as at the time when I was coming in, we had not started Applatch Kids, so it was the one for the grown-ups. So I had to pitch it to the CEO, that's Tom, and Rose who manages. Yeah.
Cooper, do you say Cooper?
The Cooper Project.
Cooper Project.
Yes.
Okay.
So right there when I pitched, he said, "Yep, you're in."
Oh, immediately?
Yes.
Okay, because pitch to me. What did you say?
I literally just told them about the fact that 75% of people who use smartphones globally are actually addicted. But the solutions out there actually doesn't solve the problem. Because when you, for example, I use the feature on, I don't know if you know the screen time feature on iPhone,
Yes,
where
I
it
use
locks
that,
the app.
yeah.
But the thing is, when you tap on just one button, ignore limit for the rest of the day.
And that's
You're
it.
back into being hooked. So we wanted to create like a solution that would just help people in terms of like lock it and you can't unlock it, except your accountability partner gives you the permission. So it made a lot of sense for them too.
It meant, and
Yeah.
they gave you an instant yes.
Yes.
And what does that mean? What journey have you been on with the Cooper project?
Yes. So what that means is when you get into Cooper project, you get full support of advisors. You get a place to work for free.
Great.
You can work. So
Right in the heart of the city?
yes. So in tech parks, they've got like a co-working space, very
Okay.
conducive. There's free coffee and all that. So you can work from there, for 6 months. Even can be extended if you've not really finished what you're working on.
So they mentor you as well as support you?
Yes, as support. So
give
yeah,
you space to develop.
exactly. And you can meet experts as well. So they would have times scheduled for different experts, accountants, legal, anybody you want to meet, which they've set up, investors as well. So you get to meet and get advice from these experts.
That's
And
very
you can also
good.
work from there. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there'll be some people, aspirational people that have not heard of that. And
Yes.
so thank you for sharing that with us. So then in that case, how would you generally say that the Sheffield's tech ecosystem looks like in terms of support? Who are you seeing there that says, yeah, this is the good direction for the ecosystem of Sheffield's tech support?
So would that be like, you mean the startups or
Yeah,
sort of
for startups, but also even those that are really thriving, like who are the leaders and then also who are the emergents?
Oh yeah, so we are like the ones imagine, Applatch, there's Future Greens.
What do they
there's,
do, the Future Greens?
Future Greens. So right now what they do is they help to convert waste into energy. So food waste, they convert it into energy, power, electricity. So you don't have to spend, money on, So for businesses basically, so they do that. So I mean, there's a lot of great startups. Yeah, then the established ones. There's the exciting instruments. There's Tuba. There's a lot
Quite
of
a
really
lot of them that are
amazing
just
ones.
not visible unless you're in the
Yeah,
tech space, I guess.
exactly,
You have to
yeah.
be in that space. Your genesis with this particular journey is very much important. It's around mental health and it's quite significant. How do you see technology evolving to address mental health challenges rather than adding to them? How do you see that happening?
So I feel, with the help of AI right now, it's, you can literally get advice on the spot. Like, so you can talk to ChatGPT and it talks back. You can say the challenges that you're facing and it tells you what to do. For me at the time, I was just being so unproductive and I was very depressed. So I don't know, maybe if I had spoken to ChatGPT, maybe it would have told me, how I can. And again, because following instructions on what to do to help yourself sometimes might not necessarily work if you're wired, because the way I was so wired, wasting 6 hours a day on Instagram. I don't know if, but if I follow instructions from like a counselor, maybe it would have helped, but I just feel,
mental health.
yeah, especially in Nigeria, we don't even, do anything about mental health. We don't speak to anybody. We just walk through it, Yeah, but coming to the UK, I see how, it's really a big deal. People see, we don't, over there, we don't meet therapists or talk to.
You go to,
we just,
you just drive on or you go to the barber.
You don't, just live through it.
You don't acknowledge it. Okay, right. And what do you say then about human interaction? Though I appreciate AI has made so many advances. At what point does human interaction intersect with AI so that there's still a human element to this advice?
Yes. So so this is an idea for someone who is in this space. So for example, if you schedule a meeting with maybe a therapist and you actually had like a time slot on a particular day, you can meet this person on so set time. But the thing is, there might be some times that you just need to speak to the person now, right now, because you're really going through it. Yeah. How about while you have the time to engage this person, there's something now called AI agents. So this same exact person can actually have like an AI version of them, right? Whereby while you engage them, but for the period of time when they are not physically available, when you can see them, you can actually see a version of them, right, on your phone, on your
virtual
laptop.
one.
Yeah, that like exactly like the
Like
same
me,
look.
yeah.
Yeah, you get to talk to the person while you also get to talk to them during the times where they are actually the fixed time that you have with them.
Yeah.
So it's more like having access to your therapist every time, every day.
I might have a little bit of an idea in this, but I might be using the wrong terminologies. But it requires data sets, right? In order to inform AI, there's lots of data sets that need to be created because we have to
Yes.
feed into them. How do you think that's evolving? Is it getting? Are we getting the right data sets for mental health, do you think? And how does that work?
Yes. So I feel like because there's a lot of data that ChatGPT is just amazing. Like everything that it's so they don't tell us where they got their data sets from, but we can see that from anything that you ask it, it actually gives you reasonable. Then also now it actually searches the web.
Yeah.
So it searches the web, pulls the data together, it tells you the resources and all of that. Yeah. So from all the data out there online that is tied to mental health, it can give it to you on the spot when you need it.
Okay. So if it's not ChatGPT, it's Copilot or these others, etc. Then yeah.
Yes. So when people build AI related solutions, they use the LLM. So that's the model of ChatGPT, right? They use it on the back end
Okay, so it
of their
always goes
product.
back to
Yeah, so it goes
OpenAI.
back to OpenAI's, data.
Okay.
Even if you're not directly going to ChatGPT, but they are using the LLM of ChatGPT, right, to
Okay.
engage you.
Okay, I
Yes,
see, I
yes.
see.
So that's how
So
it
it
works.
doesn't matter if you're saying DeepSeek is done in China,
Yeah,
it's still
it's
using the basics of ChatGPT.
yeah. So it's using. You can actually use DeepSeek. You can use on the back end of your own product. Any of the ones you want to use. So Facebook, they have
Okay.
their Meta, they have their own as well called Llama. So you can use that one. Is free. Yeah.
Okay, right. Sorry, I'm stuck on this AI thing because that's your area of specialization, and I'm just trying to understand mental health and that because you are right. If you can easily access the support, but you have to pay for certain levels of chat GPT as well to get it more interactive or to search better and to get your GPTs. For those that can't afford it, what's your recommendation?
So I feel like there are a lot of but I wouldn't say a lot, but I feel like there are some socially responsible organizations who are helping to give people free advice. If I know, or maybe at a very, very affordable. So, for example, if you go on Adara's website, for example, it's
In
Sheffield
Sheffield,
based,
Adira,
yes,
yeah,
Sheffield, yeah.
yeah.
So you see sessions where a session on the website where you can actually meet, for example, black focused therapies that would help you. I can't remember the amount that you pay, but it's very
It's
little.
minimal.
Yeah, connect to if you compare it with the average.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually, now that you mention Adira, you've worked. It's one of the anchor organizations for the Black community here. What are some of the elements of what you've been doing that you took into Adira whilst you were working there? Anything?
Well, I think generally just understanding the culture, because I just moved to the UK like 2.5 years ago. So for the first time, I've never been to the UK before.
Oh, really? So that
Yeah.
was you coming and joining
For the first
Adira as
time.
the first organization.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
helped me to understand the culture, the people, I mean, just what I mean, just working from tech parks alone wouldn't have helped, but working with an organization like Adira helped me to understand a lot of things. So I could ask questions, and it really helped, especially because Adira is also focused on mental health.
Right. Okay. And your leadership journey, because you are really a leader now, that's ascended quite quickly here in Sheffield. But you've probably been a leader or most of your career. But another project I know you are with is the Emerging Leaders Project, which is soon to be launched to launch a product or at least
Yes.
some. What do you think is happening around support for emerging leaders, really around Sheffield, especially leaders of color? In contrast to the tech space?
Okay, so I feel I'm not sure much is going on, right? But that's actually why it is emerging leaders. right? So the focus is now on how, organizations like Sadaka, VAS, how they will support, emerging leaders from global majority audience. So the community helping these leaders to emerge to become established leaders, right,
Yeah.
in the society. So I feel like that is actually where, because I've not seen any other support, out there
Not in that
except
way.
except for these emerging leaders, which
Yeah.
is to soon be launched.
And can you see it being what you've just praised quite a lot of entities like the Cooper Project? Can you see what you guys are developing becoming something like that to this community?
Yes, because we are going to be having a lot of programs that would help, a lot of people who are trying to become leaders, in whatever space, right? So we would have programs that would help to enable them to, turn their ideas into solutions, into products that would actually impact on the society.
Yeah, yeah, I'm quite excited about that. I think I wish I had something like that growing. This is why I loved taking the time to help with establishing that, and it's good that you guys are taking a lead on it. And in Sheffield itself, how has the response been? Not just from elements like VAS or the traditional ones. Have you gone outside of them, like the council? Do they know what you guys are doing?
Not yet, because because that's actually one of the reasons why we want to launch with an event. Where we invite people and they get to now see what it's about, know what it's about, so they can like officially support us in all the activities that we'll be doing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's lovely. And what's next then for Applatch?
So we intend to, because what we launch is an MVP, which is a minimum viable product.
And I thought you were saying, what's the other way for MV? The most valuable player.
So in tech, it's more like your pilot product, which is just to test the market to see if it's something that they want. So it's called the minimum viable product. And that's what we've launched. We launched that 12 months ago. And
How many months ago?
12 months ago.
Okay, yeah.
And we've seen how it's doing with over 7,000 families, using it. And we've now seen that since there's traction and people actually need it, right? How about we then create the main product, which is a product that would be solid enough and it can go into millions of homes globally. So we are now building on that product. We're building it and we should launch it towards the end of the year.
Great. And are you still doing that with the support of the Cooper Project, or is that
Cooper Project is like always on, although it ends the 6-month program, but any support that you need, you can always reach out and So we're building that, we're building in-house, and we are getting a lot of support. We're also raising our pre-seed round as investment round. So it's all of these resources we put together in ensuring that the product is ready, it can go live. Because we've not started paid ads, so it's just all organic. So when we launch the main product, then we will now start paid ads, focused on the UK market.
I was wondering about that because you're an entrepreneur anyway, regardless of the cause. On the back of it, you are an entrepreneur. When the app was launched originally, it was free. Were there in-app purchases? How were you making money?
It was just free. I was just so big on just helping people.
The cause itself.
Yeah. So I just put it out there, right, and see how it's doing. And seeing how, the first one, we saw that it was doing great for 3,000 people. It was when I needed to start paying for server fee and all that. I'm like, okay, I think I need to make this pay. Yeah, so, but, we had to pivot then. But Applatch Kids, so this helped me to know that for launching Applatch Kids, we have to put a fee to it so that we don't have to go through that phase of struggle.
Okay.
So we put like... when we launched, we put just £2 just to see if people will pay for it, because it's a new product, it's a new market.
£2 a month?
Yeah, £2 a month.
Okay.
No, £2 a month per family.
Okay.
So after 2 months, we realized that people were paying for it, so they were skipping the 14 days trial and they were just paying. Right. Yeah. So we decided to like double the amount. So we're charging £4 a month, and we're still getting the same conversion rate from sign up to paid. So it means that it's actually like a perfect product. So it's and now so we have we're doing like between 8.5 to 10% conversion rate from, from sign up to paid. Yeah,
Amazing.
so it means that we can scale this into millions of homes with same
Yes.
conversion rates from sign up to paid.
It sounds like it. So, at the time of recording, now, as we're talking, how many do you have? How many
So
users? How
so we
many
have over
families?
7,000 families.
That's
Yeah,
amazing, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
thank
so
you.
well done. And are you needing funding in order to go to that next level? And where
Yes.
do you source that? Is
Yeah,
it?
so currently we are raising to £50,000, and we are reaching out to angel investors because it's
Okay,
easier for angel
angel
investors to
investors.
understand, what, especially some angels, they have children, they connect easily to it,
Yes.
that, oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense, and they like to, angels, because they've sold their businesses and now they have money, but they want to just impact society. So they will look for, most of them look for, solutions that actually impact in the society directly, tech for good, so it's easier for us. So far, we've raised like over £92,000,
Good.
from this particular round. But when we started with like a family and friends round. That's when we launched Applatch itself. So we did like a 50K, just to build the product. But now we're raising to 50K round, and
Okay.
that's pre-seed round. And we've done like, out of that we've raised like over 92,000, and we are looking to close it within the next few weeks. I'm pitching at Sheffield Angels
Congratulations.
in September.
In
Yeah,
September.
so we should close it
You
by then.
sound ready. You
Yeah.
sound like you're ready for that pitch. And if people want to contribute anyway, no matter how small they are, where do they go? How do they do
They
that?
can just send me an email, samson@applatch.com.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty,
So
yeah.
there's no website or anything like that. It's just
No, for
email.
for
Yeah.
funding, yeah, just reach
It's
out.
just reach
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
Samson at
Applatch.com.
applatch.com.
Yeah.
Okay. And are there any? So you just said the new you've got a new features coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, so okay.
I'm listening. I
Yeah,
promise
yeah,
you.
yeah. So we are converting our points, the points that children earn, we are converting into pops. So say pops. So they say popsicles, when they earn, when they pass, questions. And now these points accrue, and they can shop on Applatch. So we have like a shop where they can buy avatars, like
Oh wow.
superheroes,
Yeah.
animals that are really fun, things that they like, yeah, so they can buy it, things children like basically, and they get to so we'll still have the app, the AI explainer that will explain the questions. Basically this new product we're building looks more like a game. So it feels like a game. So it's
Yeah.
like they're living their game into another game. But the game they're entering, it's like an education. So,
Good.
yeah, so
Good.
ours is like ed tech, it's like a game, but you're learning, right? So when you're done, or when you pass with our game, then you move into your own game. It unlocks your own game or your social media.
Okay, so you keep
Yeah.
rising, you keep rising.
Yes, yes.
And do you pay more as you rise, or it's just
No, no, no.
you're
So,
just
so, so,
unlocking?
so, so, I should say this. Every time they pass a quiz and the apps unlock for 15 to 60 minutes, depending on the parent's preference, after that 15 to 60 minutes that they've had fun, all the apps will lock again. And they will have to
Okay.
do another quiz on Applatch Kids. But they can only do a maximum of 3 quizzes a day. Because if they keep doing quizzes and it keeps unlocking, I mean, the loop just continues till night, isn't it? Right. So you can't, for example, on Applatch Kids, you can't even play a quiz before 9 a.m. So to tell you have to wait
That's
till 9
really
a.m.
good.
before
You've
you
really
can.
thought it out.
Yes, yes. And
You
also
can't.
at night you can't play a quiz at night as well, because it's the quiz that unlocks the games and the social media.
So you just stop.
Yeah.
So is it time zone focused then? Is it
Yeah.
time zone sensitive then? The large.
Yes.
The
So
Applatch.
wherever you are, it focuses on the time 9 a.m. From 9 a.m. you can play a quiz. So the child, and right now a parent can give a child a tablet, knowing that even if the child is with you for 3 hours, they know that the child is learning before they play. So it is not like before where you just hand the child a tablet for 3 hours or whatever hours, and knowing that the child is just watching, Netflix or playing games all through. There is learning and playing, learning and playing. So the cycle is like that. After 3 quizzes, that's it for the rest of the day till the next day.
Amazing. Fantastic. 5 years from now, how do you envision Applatch changing the conversation around digital well-being?
So we feel that we would have been able to get into millions of homes globally, the US, the UK markets, and also the African market. But what we are trying to do is we're trying to nurture a world where children learn first before they play. And that's actually what like our goal, our vision is. And we see that happening in 5 years.
And with the most exciting market you're looking forward to entering?
That would be the US market.
The US market.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's a very big market.
Your favorite productivity app apart from Applatch?
I would say Forest.
Forest, okay. A book or podcast that's influenced your mindset?
Influenced by myself. Diary of a CEO.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we have that in common, yeah. And the first app you would personally lock if you needed a break, apart from Instagram?
Sorry?
The first app you would personally lock if you needed a break? Apart from Instagram, because we've heard your Instagram story.
right now, I would say LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
I now spend a lot of time on LinkedIn.
Oh my God. Oh, Samson, it's been amazing talking to you, and congratulations on all you're doing.
Thank
it
you.
sounds very viable, but
Thank
also very relevant. So
Thank you so much. Thank you. This was really good.
It's been good
You're doing
talking
an
to
amazing
you.
job.
Thank you. So that was Samson from Applatch, and my name is Tchiyiwe Chihana. You've been watching African Voices Platform TV. Thank you.